G'day folks. Well, it's time for the demonic washing machine to rise once again. I'm just doing a little bit of modification to this one. I've taken the counterweights out of it, and that's going to be a bit of fun. Now, traditionally these ones tend to shed their springs, so I'm going to modify some trampoline springs or the existing springs so that they don't release from the top of the casing and drop the unit on top of the motor. The last one of these I did, it dropped the unit on the motor and completely smashed all the mounts off it and smashed the motor and caused a short circuit, and that was the end of it. There was really nothing to see. It did it instantaneously. It was just bang dead because it's completely hammered the motor into the ground and the bottom of the casing. So this one's going to get a little bit more better treatment. And speaking of treatment, this was dropped off by one of Dad's friends, employers or contractors. And funny thing is they delivered it in the back of an old ambulance. So yeah, it's come in for some emergency surgery. I've removed the big heavy 60-pound tumour, and it's time to see if the patient lives and how long it takes to die. It's kind of funny in a bad way. But there's really, as soon as you get rid of the weights, there's nothing in them. Like, there's no weight in them. All the weight is in there. Big, thick concrete counterweights, or vibration absorption counterweights, whatever they're used for. More than likely, obviously they're used for vibration absorption, but excessively heavy, steel reinforced, nasty stuff. You don't want them on the machine when you can try and kill it. So I'm going to flip it back upright again and rework the top springs, maybe even take some 25 by 25 by 3mm angle iron and actually reinforce the top edge so the springs don't tear the top of the casing apart. I want this thing to jump around the backyard like a completely retarded washing machine. This should be fun. Okay, well, instead of adding extra springs, I decided to lock them in place. Normally, spring has enough travel that if the drum jumps high enough, the spring will go slack and the end of it will jump off and drop the drum in the bottom of the unit. I'm putting a nut and washer in between the space that it has to travel, and it's completely jammed in there. I'm going to do the same for the top and bottom of each of these springs, and we should be pretty right to go. And I'm also using blue Loctite on the threads, and I might even grab the bolt cutters and just pinch the end of that stud or the thread so that it cannot undo itself. So yeah, this thing will be double secured and absolutely assured of complete carnage. That's the aim of the game. Assuming this rail here holds up. I'm just wondering whether I should bolt a bit of angle iron to the other side. I might do that anyway. Either way, this one will be pretty spectacular. Most of the unit's still there. All the electronics, all the wiring looms still in it. Pressure switch. I've got more than enough spare parts from these things sitting on the shelf, so there's no point in parting this one out. This one can completely self-destruct as it is. As you can see, it's had water leak issues from the main box, and the controller has subsequently died. I think it's been flooded with water or fried from a power surge. Either way, this thing's going to it's going to rock and roll. Let's see what happens. I've given it a bit of a reinforcing job. I was going to add additional springs, but I don't think that will be necessary at this point. I believe you can bolster these ones well enough to survive. Well, partially survive to the point where they die. You get what I mean. They're starting to talk. That's an empty drum. Yeah, connect this up to a variac, which will put out another 20 volts or so above line voltage in the overrun part. I think most variacs go into overrun by about 20 to 40 volts. So this thing could see 260 to 280 volts AC. Pretty good. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the final death of this washing machine. I'll have to save the door. Assuming the glass survives, I'll save that and do a high-speed film. Just fire a piece of lead or something through it. Shoot it with a lead pellet. That's another thing I want to do. Shoot out one of those glass doors. One kilogram brass slug. Let's see what happens and crank up the speed. It's fairly tough. Let's have a look. Oh, completely lost the back of it. Everything's still hanging in there though. I think I built it up a bit too tough. It's incredibly loud though. Like, it's pretty bad. Alright, it's about to rain, but not going to let that spoil the party. Something a little heavier this time.
Best washer kill ever. Absolutely the best. What was it again? A Westinghouse? No, it was a, it's on here somewhere. Well, they made a hell of a whirlpool, I'll give it that much. Real life physics engine malfunction. Absolutely amazing. Well, it gives me something to clean up tonight. Holy shit. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Aussie 50. Yeah, that's a bit of a mess. Oh, crap. So that's what threw the belt off. Tried to munch the soap dispenser lower assembly. Belt's still good.